Solaris, let's go! If we're drinking, hold them up! I want to see the drinks! Alright, now the children. Alright. We have a fucking children's section at a bar, man. I'm gonna keep this as dirty as possible because fuck the kids. He introduced me. My name is Mario. The guy you hear in the news, Luigi Mangione, that's not my brother. Alright? And all my life I've been asked, hey Mario, where's Luigi? And I've never had an answer until now. The answer is he's in federal prison for being a fucking hero. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, they call him the CEO killer. If you don't know the video, catch me after the show. I'll show you. I have it saved on my phone under favorites. Yeah, he's going to be on death row. The government's going to fucking kill that guy pretty soon. But I hope they give him the option like they gave the guy on Friday in South Carolina. If you don't know, the government actually put a guy to death for the first time in South Carolina by firing squad. They did this on Friday. But they gave the guy a choice. They said, listen, we're going to give you a choice. You can have lethal injection. You can have firing squad. So he chose the firing squad over lethal injection. And I thought that was pretty noble. And I thought, listen, if I was on death row, what would I choose? And I would want to get stoned to death. Yeah, and then I found out it involved rocks and not marijuana, and I was like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm gonna fucking behave. But a lot of people consider that a conspiracy theory, so I'm gonna bring up some conspiracy theories. Does anybody out here believe in conspiracy theories? Yeah. Alright, let's bring one up. I'm from a city called Corona, right up the street here. Anybody from Corona? Yeah? Good. Everybody else stay the fuck out of my city, alright? Our traffic is the worst, and you can contest to this, right? Yeah. The real coronavirus is that 91 freeway. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I go all over the country doing comedy, and I was in Oklahoma recently. I was in Las Vegas. This weekend I was in Victorville. I'm not bragging. They paid me in meth. But yeah, I go everywhere telling people I'm from Corona. And for the last 5 years, they ran from me like I'm from Wuhan. I'm like, guys, chill. I never got the coronavirus. But I did get the COVID-19. And if you don't know, let me teach you little baby birds. What the COVID-19 is, well, that's the 19 pounds of my fat ass got quarantined the whole time. I was almost anorexic going into 2020. I just lost 200 pounds. But it's actually called getting a divorce. So I'm going to talk about that right now. Anybody a fan of Howie Mandel and Harlan Williams? Yeah. All right, so I recently did a podcast with these two powerhouses of comedy. They have a podcast out, it's called When a Stranger Calls. And the idea is, the two powerhouses, Howie Mandel and Harlan Williams, we call strangers. So I'm taping the Valentine's episode, and they know this joke I do about my ex-wife, where I tell this joke where the last present I ever gave my ex-wife was a pair of hiking sticks. And when I gave them to her, she asked why. I said, well, I want you to take a hike, bitch. So Howie and Harlan, they know this joke. They said, well, hey, it's Valentine's Day. It's when a stranger calls. Let's call your ex-wife. So I called my ex-wife, and we didn't know where this was going to go. But listen, I see a gold mine, and I'm going to dig for gold, right? So anybody married in here? I see a table, a birthday table in the back here. So we're married. We got some married couples. We all share bedroom secrets, right? So my ex-wife thought she would embarrass me on a live podcast. Listen, I can't be embarrassed, guys. I used to do a joke where I met a girl on Tinder, where I was hitting this girl doggy style Tinder, right, on Tinder. Had her doggy style like this. And I noticed that when I was hitting her doggy style, Carrie loves this joke, by the way.
I hate it.
So this girl, I noticed she has a little poop on her stomach, right? Well, a few minutes later, I'm noticing that poop is now transferred to my stomach. Yeah. So I wipe it off. I noticed, oh man, this girl poo-pooed on me. So what are you going to do? I had her doggy style, so naturally I wiped it off in her hair. I can't be embarrassed, guys. So my ex-wife thought she could embarrass me on this podcast. And she said she's going to bring up the time I wanted to be pegged. Does anybody know what pegging is? Well, pegging is the thing where women wear a strap-on. Kids, listen. They wear a strap-on and they fuck the guy with the strap-on. I'm not embarrassed by this. So ladies and gentlemen, what I did was I went out with hats made. Hats called Make Pegging Great Again. Right? Yeah. They're now on my website for $30 each. Like I said, I can't be embarrassed. I'm going to fucking make money off of this shit. Alright? I got the lights, so I'm going to go real quick. If we're drinking and driving, one last thing, besides comedy, I do besides stand-up, I own my own video production company. I make a lot of online content for people, not the adult kind. But I make music videos and stuff for businesses. But one thing I do is I work with a band. I recently made a music video for a band called Sublime. I make music videos for a band called the Cottonmouth Kings. One band I work with is a band called DGAF, D-G-A-F. Does anybody know what DGAF stands for? There's children in the fucking audience.
You're talking about
fucking mouth. I know, I'm talking about pegging, right? No, DGAF it actually stands for Doing God a Favor. Yeah, we're a Christian soccer organization. How's that feel, fuckers? No, it actually means a few things. It means ditch girls after fucking, right? Or ditch guys after fucking. We're equal. But the most important thing, guys, if you're drinking and driving tonight, it means don't get another felony and don't go away forever. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. You can find me right there. It says Mario Reyes on Instagram, Mario Reyes 82. You can also find me on YouTube under the Howie Mandel podcast, When a Stranger Calls, the Valentine's episode. That my time?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you, Solaris.
Keep it up for Mario Reyes. Give him a follow on Instagram.